a lot of people are assuming that because it's the Saudis, it's all of a sudden going to be based. And I even see people in like PC Gamer over here. Here's this comment, and this is a kind of fun one, and I see people responding to this one. PC Gamer responding, former BioWare lead writer reads the runes on EA's Saudi deal and speculates that guns in football are in and gay stuff is out. And the venerable RPG studio may be for the chop, saying BioWare may be chopped. I think this is perhaps reading a little bit too far. Okay? So to be very clear about the business of the Saudi Arabia Investment Fund, they are already invested in a lot of sports. A lot of sports. If you look at the teams they own a lot of sports teams, golf teams, soccer, etc. They own a lot. So those teams have licensing agreements with EA for the sports games, which EA produces. So right now, when they sign this deal and finalize it, what will happen is they will get rid of those licensing agreements. They'll be able to essentially say, oh, we're paying ourselves, right? They no longer have to pay those massive licensing agreements. So that saves them a bunch of money. It's what's called a vertical monopoly. So Saudi Arabia, in that public investment fund, is looking for a vertical monopoly. That's what it is. They're not necessarily looking to come in and take out the quote unquote woke stuff. In fact, this is something that most people don't understand. The banks, as part of their requirements, require for certain loans that are at 0% interest, so these very low interest or no interest loans, right? They require DEI and ESG for compliance. Let me say this again. A requirement of these loans is that they have a DEI or ESG component. So EA is going to want these loans. The bought out EA is still going to want these loans. They have a bunch of leverage. They're still going to want to qualify for these things. In order to do that, they're going to need that. However, what they may do is change what they show on the face in their projects, but that DEI and ESG stuff will still go on behind the scenes. They're still going to do something behind the scenes for DEI and ESG because that's a required component, right? So it may be, you may think it's going to be quote unquote based on the front facing, and maybe there will be less public statements by staff, but on the back end, it's still going to be there.